As 2025 draws to a close, the United States faces a complex national security landscape shaped by global instability, economic pressures, domestic political conflict, and unprecedented government dysfunction. This December 2025 update breaks down the top national security concerns Washington is monitoring right now and what they mean for Americans. The ongoing federal government shutdown, now the longest in U.S. history, is creating ripple effects across nearly every national security agency. Key risks: depleted DHS, TSA, and FAA staffing leading to vulnerabilities at airports, borders, and ports. Air traffic control shortages, increasing risks for flight delays, accidents, or airspace incursions. DoD civilian furloughs slowing logistics, intelligence processing, and maintenance at critical bases. Suspended training cycles, especially for National Guard units and reserve components. Delayed federal cybersecurity operations, with some non-critical monitoring inactive. Experts warn that prolonged shutdown degradation is equivalent to a rolling national security failure. Throughout November and December, intensified ICE operations, particularly in North Carolina, Texas, Georgia, and Florida, have sparked concerns among state and local leaders. Key national security concerns: school and college disruptions, as ICE raids increasingly occur near or around educational settings. Rapid population displacement, causing local governments to lose workers, students, and tax revenue. Rising protests and community tensions, leading to strained law enforcement resources. Worker shortages in agriculture, food production, and logistics, which affects domestic stability. Some analysts are warning that the scale and locations of enforcement actions could create localized instability, including strikes, school walkouts, and overloaded municipal services. China's economy continues to contract, with factory activity shrinking for the 8th straight month. Historically, economic downturns can push nations toward assertive foreign policy behavior to project strength domestically. U.S. Indo-Pacific Command reports increased naval signaling around Taiwan and the South China Sea. Russia's military operations in Ukraine remain a global concern, with intelligence warning of expanded cyber targeting of U.S. infrastructure during American political instability. Middle East. The U.S. is monitoring destabilizing actions by Iran-backed groups, particularly targeting shipping lanes and U.S. assets. All these global pressures intersect with the U.S. political climate, increasing the risk of foreign actors exploiting internal division. Multiple government agencies, including CISA and the NSA, have issued December alerts warning of heightened cyber activity. Major threats include state-sponsored cyber intrusions targeting energy grids, water systems, and local governments, AI-enhanced phishing and impersonation attacks that are harder to detect, election infrastructure vulnerabilities heading into 2026, critical infrastructure still running at limited capacity due to the government shutdown, making monitoring more reactive than proactive. The combination of AI capability leaps and reduced federal workforce capacity is considered one of the most dangerous national security mixes of the decade. Throughout fall 2025, governors across several states have pushed back against federal requests for expanded National Guard deployments. Why this matters: delayed disaster response during hurricane, wildfire, and winter storm seasons. Reduced Guard availability, as some governors refuse to deploy their units outside state borders. Tension between state and federal authority, raising constitutional and operational questions. Reduced readiness if Guard units miss training cycles. This makes the U.S. more vulnerable to domestic emergencies, including extreme weather events, infrastructure failures, civil unrest, terrorism threats. The aviation system is under severe strain due to the ongoing shutdown, air traffic controller shortages, furloughed FAA safety inspectors, training centers running at skeleton capacity, flight delays and cancellations increasing by the day. Experts warn that without intervention, the U.S. could experience major air travel disruptions, possibly cascading into economic recession, critical safety lapses strain on border and customs security. Air transportation stability is directly tied to national security. And December's status is precarious. Economic insecurity is now recognized as a national security threat. Rising unemployment in some sectors, global economic slowdown, U.S. inflation pressures related to supply chains, SNAP benefit freeze, affecting millions. Small business failures, accelerating economic stress lowers individual and community resilience, a core national security metric, and creates more openings for foreign disinformation campaigns. December 2025 is shaping up to be a pivotal moment for American national security. From shutdown impacts to global tensions, from cyber threats to domestic disruptions, the U.S. is entering 2026 with a complex and fragile risk environment. Staying informed is critical, because national security is no longer just a foreign policy issue. It's an everyday issue that impacts every American,